How's it going, everyone? Jared here, and we're back with another video. And in this video, guys, it's going to be a little bit of a follow-up to the video I posted yesterday, where I explained to you guys and showed you the exact methods that I use to land an offer in high-ticket sales, and how you can do the same for yourself. Start making a couple $1,000s, up to $10,000, even more online, traveling the world, achieving your dreams, and truly unlocking financial and time and place freedom. So that being said, guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything you need to know to actually succeed once you've landed an offer. Make sure you're doing the right inputs. Make sure you're actually setting appointments or closing deals and actually making money so you don't get kicked off the offer and then you're back at level 0. So for the first thing, guys, I would just say make sure you have high energy and motivation, just making sure you're in the right mindset. What's worked for me to make sure I'm always in high frequency, a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, is actually nicotine pouches. You guys have probably seen these. Like in the States, we have Zyns, super common. You can buy those anywhere, like at the gas station, Costco, I think even Walmart, like anywhere they sell like tobacco or smoking products. And essentially all these are, guys, it's essentially like snus without the tobacco. So it's just nicotine. Here, we'll put one in right now. But when you're starting out on these guys, you'll probably be doing like 3 to 6 milligrams. Like I said, you're going to probably start out doing like 3 to 6 milligrams. And what these do for you is just kind of like raises your frequency, raises your mind a little bit, gives you a little bit of mental clarity, and just make sure you have energy, not sluggish, which is exactly what you need to make money in sales. So starting out with these guys, I'd say these are one of the best because there's not too many drawbacks, not too many side effects. Just be careful with these. If you're like me, you're probably going to start out with like 3 or 6 milligrams, and then a month later you're doing 15 milligram velos. So, obviously use discretion, be smart. I don't want to lead you guys in the wrong direction, but I'm just saying what's worked for me. After that, guys, high frequency music. This is one of the biggest things that's actually helped me, outside of just sales, just life in general. Back when I was in the 9 to 5, or even when I was younger, like a teenager and like depressed, I'd always listen to like depressing ass music, just super low frequency, just keeping you in that like low, like boggy state. And high frequency music is definitely going to help you with that, keeping your mental right, keeping your energy up. Like rap, a lot of old school music, like old school country, like Kenny Rogers, Hank Williams Jr. A lot of that music is super high frequency and just gets your mind rolling and makes you not feel depressed. Obviously, guys, coffee is good. Red Bull, Monster. I would say Red Bull is better than coffee because it doesn't really have the same, like crash that caffeine does. Unless you're drinking like one coffee every hour or two, then you're just going to feel sluggish afterwards and you're back at ground zero, how you felt when you waked up. And also, guys, besides coffee, another thing that's helped me is like caffeine pills. Here in Bangkok, they sell them. I think like you can get like a bottle for like $10 and it's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. But these are just what's worked for me. I would say the biggest things that have worked for me is snus, or nicotine pouches. Really, raising your frequency, giving you energy, making sure you're in the right mindset to work in sales. And then, guys, once you're already on the offer, once you have your mindset right, you want to be doing as much volume and as much input as you can. So, especially if you're starting out and you don't have sales experience, you're only going to get better with the more reps you do. Adding on to this, I would say, guys, when you're first starting out, lock yourself in your room for like 8 to 12 hours or however long your shift is, just to guarantee you can, make money, set appointments, or close deals. And then, guys, the next step, probably the most important, is just keeping your mindset right. In sales, things can be up and down. Like for me, sometimes I'll close $500 in a day, and then the next day or the next few days, I won't make anything. So it's definitely about keeping your mindset right. But yeah, guys, if you're starting out setting, which I would highly recommend, because setting actually helps you kind of understand sales and the whole sales process, everything you need to know, you're really going to learn in setting. So I recommend you start out setting and then closing. But if you are setting, you want to be aiming to set like at least 3 appointments a day. If you're on a solid offer, one of those is going to close. So like a good closing rate for B2C, which is business to consumer, is like 20-30%, sometimes more depending on the offer. So if you can set 3 qualified appointments in a day, at least one of those is going to close, and you'll be making money every single day. Obviously, easier said than done. As I put here, some days you might set 10 appointments, and the next you might only set 2 or 3. But going into that a little bit more, you want to make sure the people you're setting are actually qualified, can actually afford the service, because then you're just wasting the closer's time, wasting your time, wasting the offer's time, and you might get kicked off. So another thing, guys, I'm going to add on to that is when you're setting, it's probably going to be in the script somewhere you're using. Make sure you're getting pain points out of them so that way they actually feel like they need the product or service. So always remember in sales, we have the product, they have a problem, and we're the solution. Whether it's in day trading, crypto, whatever the offer is, these people are probably opting in because they haven't had any success or they're not happy with where they are right now. And obviously, the product, the end goal is what they're buying. They see that they can trust us, they can trust the offer, they believe in us. You get their pain, then there's pretty much no way they can say no, assuming they're qualified and they actually can afford the offer. Adding on top of that, guys, and finishing off here, just make sure you show up with the same energy, mindset every single day. Make sure you're putting in all the right inputs, showing up, working the same hours, just doing everything you can to make sure you understand the offer and actually, being in the chats or dialing, whatever it may be, actually spending as much time as you can talking to the leads and setting appointments. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions about this, if you want to get started in high ticket sales, I'm going to put my Instagram in the description of this video so you can message me, kind of see what's going on, and I'll help you get started in remote sales. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Catch you in the next one. Peace.